Kelly Clarkson is nothing if not real. Whether she's singing heartbreak ballads, lighting up the screen with her talk show charm, or dropping truth bombs in interviews, the pop superstar turned daytime TV host continues to open up to her fans in deeply personal ways. And recently, she's peeled back another layer of her private life, revealing why she's not currently interested in dating, and how the challenges of love have reshaped her outlook. The American Idol winner, who went through a public and painful divorce from ex-husband Brandon Blackstock in 2020, is embracing a new chapter in her life. But that chapter, she says, does not include romantic entanglements. During a recent episode of The Kelly Clarkson Show, the singer spoke candidly about how dating has taken a back seat, and why that might not change anytime soon. "I think dating can be very difficult," Clarkson said honestly during a sit-down conversation with a guest. "Especially when you've been through what I've been through. It's not that I'm jaded or anything, it's just that I've got a full life. I've got kids. I've got a career. I've got healing to do." Her tone was casual but firm. Clarkson, now 42, has spoken in the past about the challenges of co-parenting, adjusting to single motherhood, and navigating a world where every romantic detail can become a tabloid headline. But in this moment, she went deeper, acknowledging not just the external pressure but the internal toll relationships have taken. "When people say, 'Oh, are you seeing anyone?' I get it," Clarkson continued. "That's such a natural question. But for me it's like, I'm still unpacking a lot of emotional baggage. And I'm okay with that. I don't want to drag someone else into that while I'm still trying to sort myself out." Her comments were met with a wave of support online, where fans praised the singer for her vulnerability and honesty. On social media, many shared stories of their own post-divorce healing journeys, echoing Clarkson's sentiment that sometimes, the healthiest choice is to step back from romance. Clarkson's divorce from Blackstock, finalized in 2022 after 2 years of legal proceedings, was anything but easy. The former couple had been married for nearly 7 years and shared 2 children, daughter River Rose and son Remington Alexander. At the time of their split, Clarkson cited irreconcilable differences, and since then, she's been open about the emotional and logistical roller coaster that followed. In past interviews, she's admitted that the divorce process deeply impacted her mental health and songwriting. Her 2023 album Chemistry is widely regarded as one of her most intimate and emotionally raw works to date, a record that chronicles love, loss, betrayal, and self-discovery. It was, as she's described, a musical diary of the journey from heartbreak to healing. But healing, Clarkson reminds us, doesn't happen overnight. And it doesn't always mean jumping back into the dating pool. There's this expectation that after a breakup, especially if it's been a couple of years, you should be ready to date again, Clarkson said. "But what if I'm just not? What if I don't want to?" She paused thoughtfully, then added, "That doesn't mean I'm broken. It just means I'm putting myself first. And I think more people should feel okay doing that." That kind of honesty has become a hallmark of Clarkson's public persona. Whether she's comforting guests on her talk show, engaging with fans on social media, or belting out power anthems on stage, the singer has cultivated a brand rooted in authenticity. She doesn't pretend to have it all figured out. And that, ironically, might be what makes her so relatable. In the wake of her divorce, Clarkson made several big changes. She moved from Los Angeles to New York City, citing a need for a fresh start and a different pace of life for her children. She revamped her show, embraced more musical performances, and leaned further into conversations about mental health and emotional wellness. "I'm trying to live a more intentional life," she said in a previous interview with People magazine. "That means being really honest with myself about what I want, what I need, and what I'm not ready for." Dating, she says, simply isn't part of that equation right now. And she's okay with that. Still, the curiosity around Clarkson's love life hasn't waned. Like many celebrities, she's often asked about potential romances, whether she's seeing someone, swiping on dating apps, or open to being set up by friends. The scrutiny, she admits, can be frustrating. "I'm not a character in a rom-com," she joked during her show. "I'm a real person with real kids and real wounds." But she also understands the fascination. As someone who has penned some of the most iconic breakup anthems of the past 2 decades, Since you've been gone. Behind these hazel eyes, stronger. Clarkson knows that her personal life often informs her art. Fans are naturally curious, and in some cases, deeply invested. That emotional investment was on full display when Chemistry dropped. The album, which includes tracks like Mine, Red Flag Collector, and Me, was heralded as a raw, soul-bearing exploration of love gone wrong. Critics praised Clarkson's vulnerability and vocal power, noting that her willingness to share pain made the album resonate even more deeply. I didn't write this record to throw shade or play the victim, she explained in a behind-the-scenes feature. I wrote it because I had to. It was how I processed everything. It was how I survived. Fans latched onto that honesty, sharing their own stories of heartbreak and healing. And in return, Clarkson has continued to offer support and solidarity. I think the biggest lesson I've learned is that you can be whole on your own, she said. You don't need another person to validate you or complete you. That's a myth we've been sold forever, especially women. But it's just not true. She's not alone in that belief. More and more women in Hollywood are speaking up about the pressures of dating and the freedom that comes from choosing solitude over societal expectation. From Drew Barrymore to Emma Watson to Jennifer Aniston, high-profile stars have shared similar sentiments, that being single doesn't mean being lonely. That self-love is just as important, if not more so than romantic love. Clarkson, it seems, is embracing that philosophy fully, and she's encouraging others to do the same. There's power in saying, I'm not ready. I'm not looking. I'm just working on me, she said. That doesn't make you weak. That makes you strong. It's a message that feels especially poignant in a world that often prizes coupledom above all else. From fairy tales to social media to pop culture, the idea that we should all be searching for the one is deeply ingrained. But Clarkson is flipping that script and reminding fans that it's okay to write your own story. For now, her story includes raising 2 kids, making music, hosting her Emmy-winning show, and reclaiming her sense of self. I'm not closing the door forever, she clarified. I'm just saying right now, I'm good. I've got enough love in my life. That includes love from her children, her friends, her fans, and perhaps most importantly, herself. And while the tabloids may continue to speculate, Clarkson's message is clear. Dating isn't on her radar, and that's by choice. Not because she's afraid. Not because she's bitter. But because she knows her worth. And she's not willing to compromise that for anyone.